I don't see any women.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
What's up with that?
They weren't allowed to be in pictures back then.
Yeah.
The good old days.
The women. Stay out of our pictures.
Stay out of our pictures and our war meetings.
Well, you can be at the war meetings if you have good ideas.
Look, if you have some okay ideas.
Get out.
Welcome back to the Wacky Wonderful Wiseworks podcast.
Hi.
We're here again.
I'll keep going to
White guys in a room doing a podcast.
Is there really no sound in space? Is it because there's no pressure?
Yeah, but there's lasers. Pew 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 pew.
If you see like the Death Star explosion, it'd be like. Now there might be a sound if you're on a planet.
Oh, I don't even know. No idea. Where does the sound waves go?
I've never gotten to the top 3.
You gotta start picking better, man.
I pick good. You just don't like them.
You pick
I
two?
pick good. I pick them. I pick good. Look, Daddy.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wing.
That's right, dear.
Dude, I can't take it.
Welcome back to the Wacky Wonderful Wiseworks podcast, all you guys, gals, geeks, and goofballs. I'm wearing a bucket hat.
You are.
You teased it several episodes ago,
I'm
but
a little like I think
haven't
it's,
felt it.
Is it
Give-
a little?
give your
I feel
head
like
here.
it's a little small.
no, it fit. It looks fine.
It's fine.
It looks great, but does it feel a little small?
No. I will say on my hair, it feels slippery.
Okay.
So like I feel like if I just touch it,
maybe
it slides back or slides
it is.
forward.
You've got a lot of hair.
The hair
hat definitely
is
fits
making
your
it.
head.
Yeah, unlike like just a regular cap, it doesn't hold to the head as nicely as other hats. But I like the look.
So eventually, like someday, when you're like a middle-aged dad, are you gonna have like a bunch of hooks and things?
No.
Like,
please,
That's a
no.
different vibe. I'm not a fisherman bucket
you
hat.
might become one.
I don't. Well, my dad was
What
really
if,
into
what if
fishing.
you got really into fly fishing?
Just-
Joe, in his 40s, Joe gets really into fly fishing.
I become a master. It's like it's all in the wrist.
Joe's like,
Just out there by myself,
just by yourself,
whipping
pair of waders
whipping
on
line
in the middle of a
around
creek.
with the overall boots.
Yeah, the waders.
The waders.
Yeah, John Mark did that for a while.
He was into fly fishing with
Oh,
the
yeah.
waders. Did he wear
Then
one of
he
these
got
hats?
No, he didn't have a.
We gotta get John Mark up here.
I will say this.
Come up here.
Yeah.
Gotta get John Mark.
I don't live in Texas,
Mm.
so I can't wear a big hat. But this will help with my nose coloration.
Yeah.
Out in the sun?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You been
because it's
taking
like
care
a
of
perfect
your
little
nose?
brim. I'm trying to. Me and
Yeah.
Kenzie are thinking about getting facials.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a good experience.
Yeah, I feel like it. She said they massage your face, and I'm really into that scene.
Okay.
Seed? Face of seed?
All right.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Is this it? Same. Never mind.
I feel
Not
like
say it out
I
loud.
need personally more of like a foot massage.
Yeah.
Well, I'm down to, I'm down to be massaged.
Like they do the hands and they do the feet. What is that, a mani-pedi?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I just want the feet.
massaged.
Well,
yeah.
okay, hold on. The
you got
the
crusty feet?
pedicure. I think the
You wanna
pedicure is the feet,
No.
and the
no.
manicure is the hands.
Yeah, probably.
The pedicure, they call it a massage, but all they're doing is rubbing lotion on it for like 20 seconds.
Then it's not a real massage.
It's not a massage. They don't.
You know
it's not
what?
a
I've
real-
given you a foot massage.
Yeah, no one who's paid does massages like that.
Yeah.
People that you
No,
go to.
yes.
No, there's a place right up
has
the
to
road
be.
that's a foot massage
There
place.
has to be.
It's specifically foot massage place.
I got it. Multi-experience adventure. Ready?
Oh no.
Here we go.
How much?
We travel the city, going from foot masseuse to foot masseuse, and see who does the best
That's got to be expensive.
toe massaging.
Maybe if you got like an whole experience thing, but if you're just like, I
doing
just
the
want
feet.
the feet,
Feet for 10 minutes.
and they're like, all right, that'll be $30.
That's what I'm saying. We figure out who has the best massagers
Look,
in the city.
Who's the most expensive? Who's the best?
Okay,
You know?
is this
Who's got the best
gonna be
technique?
a Saturday thing?
This is
Where
guy-
where do they what part of the foot do they focus on? Is
Yeah,
this person a little
exactly.
too much on the toes?
Mm,
This person
can't
works
do
the
it.
heel a little rough.
I work the toes last.
Yeah.
I like to focus on the arch and the outer ridge,
Now,
and then around the
my
heel.
arch is sensitive.
Oh yeah,
It's got all those tendons and veins in it, and it's like people are pressing on it. I'm like, you're gonna cause a bruise.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your feet can take a
My
lot.
feet are good. You know, I have a CrossFit ball. You know what that is?
Thing you rub
About
on
the
your
size
foot.
of a baseball. It's hard
not quite like baseball, but sometimes some have spikes. You don't have mine. Doesn't have a spike.
Yes.
You just put it on the ground, and you roll your feet on it.
Is it massage?
Kind
Or as
of.
therapy after a workout?
yeah.
After yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like if
Awesome.
you
Recovery.
run a lot, you're always constantly on your feet.
I could use this
You're
ball.
you're not using.
Do you
mine
want to share
'cause-
balls?
No, because I do it bare feet, and
I'll do mine bare
Yeah,
feet.
you don't want to.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
want
wanna
your
share
crusty
bare
feet.
feet
I don't want your crusty
stuff.
feet on my ball.
Neither of us we don't have warts, do we?
No,
Then we're good.
My feet are good. My feet are clean.
My feet are
Every
clean
day I
too.
clean
Warts
them,
can't spread.
but I don't want
from
your
person
feet.
to person.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I had
Unless it's
real
like
bad warts on my feet when I was a kid.
Yeah, unless it's like an athlete's foot thing,
Uh-huh.
then it can. But
Yeah, when I
otherwise-
was a kid, I had crusty feet too. But
yeah.
I was going
You had
barefoot.
some crusty toes.
Because I would always go barefoot. I couldn't tell you the last time I went barefoot outside of this
I
apartment.
could 2 weeks ago.
When?
I was out in nature somewhere and I decided to walk around barefoot.
Oh, you. I was going to say no. Me 2 weeks ago, no.
Yeah.
I don't really leave without like shoes on anymore. Even in the apartment, I'll throw my slides on and walk around the apartment with my slides.
I want to get some of the shoes. They're
I swear,
supposed to
if
be
you,
like.
if you say what I think you're going to say.
They're called like sockless shoes, but you wear them with socks.
Uh-huh.
They're like it's like this weird natural thing.
Oh, it's kind of like a boat shoe, but it's not.
It's called Barefoot Shoes.
Yeah.
Do they have the toes?
I had someone at
No.
work that wear these type of shoes. They're almost like foam.
Yeah, there's like these there's a
yeah.
lot of different brands of
It's-
barefoot style shoe.
It's kind of like a boat shoe, but it's not.
But they got some really cool stuff. They got some outdoor hiking ones. I'll send you a link to the ones I've been looking at. They can
Barefoot
be expensive.
shoes.
When you think about it, wasn't the shoes with the toes, wasn't that quite unsettling
It's wacky
to
but
see people walking around with?
Yeah, I was like, are you whitewater rafting later?
It's like, well,
evening.
toe
or-
fits? What were they supposed to cushion each toe individually?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe you could find a circumstance for like rock climbing or something.
I'm not seeing.
I don't know, dude. I've never seen a professional, really good rock climber wear toe shoes.
Wear toe shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just always felt it's like a rock is going to get wedged between there. That's a recipe for stubbing your toes individually
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Who needs that noise?
Exactly.
Yeah, that was always ridiculous to me.
Um,
Then those people who are religiously wearing what they call chacos, the shoes
Birks?
the shoes Seth wears.
Crocs?
No, they're like a sandal with a bottom, and then there's like a few straps.
Oh,
that
yeah.
go around.
that Jesus sandal.
Yeah,
Kind of.
little
Joe
Jesus.
Fant was really into them.
Well, but it was the old traditional dad socks with sandals,
Right.
Kind of
Now
sandal.
I used to wear.
What are those?
I don't know. I think Chacos do that.
I think I don't know if that's.
I'm not
thinking
I'm
of
not
something
tight in
else.
the shoe game.
I
if
used
I'm
to wear
being
covered toe sandals.
honest. Okay.
Chacos.
So it was like it was kind of a sandal,
Like
It
a
was
slide,
kind of
but with a
shoe.
tip.
It was a sandal, like it wrapped around the back of your ankle.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like a croc, but it was like
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
leather
This is what
straps
I'm talking
and-
about.
and the toe was
Okay.
covered.
Yeah, Chaco.
Yeah, dude,
Chaco.
those are
Show the
weird.
camera. Show the camera.
No thanks.
No, everybody knows what Chaco
Just
is.
point it at your camera real quick, so people can see it.
They definitely
It's the
can see that.
experience. You can pause it, zoom in.
Yeah,
I think overall, we've gone through a lot of different trends when it comes to footwear,
mm-hmm.
and nothing seems to beat out just old reliable sneaker.
I personally, I'd go with a leather shoe.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
too.
I'd go
You
with
talking about the dress shoe?
with
No,
an,
no, no,
I'm
like-
talking about an ankle high leather shoe.
Wait, like a
Not ankle
Sperry?
high. I
We're
like
talking- no, we-
like a boat shoe or something.
What are we talking about? Fashion or performance?
Both.
For performance,
The perfect middle ground.
The leather shoe with a rubber sole. For performance in everything. A light leather shoe with a rubber
Give
sole.
me an
that's
example
ankle high.
of good performance using a shoe. Like what kind of shoe?
A
is that?
shoe that you can run in, that you can hike in, that you can walk in.
Leather?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like modern. In the modern day, we have like leather shoes that can breathe. So if you spend the money and you get a good shoe with leather with the rubber sole or a combination rubber plastic thing, then you can get basically do everything.
I
shoe.
agree with Wyatt on this.
But no, the sneaker is kind of a classic.
Yeah.
For comfort, for just everything.
Usability.
For usability.
And if you have the white sneaker, you have to go get them cleaned.
Yeah.
Like Joshua does.
the peak of shoe wear is
moccasins.
The New Balance. The dad New Balance.
The New Balance. I had a pair of New Balances.
It's
I had them for years.
It's the peak,
you got New Balance.
the
She
top
doesn't even know
of
where
comfort.
it's in there. Those are New Balance, right? Or Nike?
New Balance, I think.
New Balance. They knew what they were
Don't wear 'em.
doing.
Yeah.
You don't
Oh no, those are Nike.
Oh, those?
Yeah, those are Nike.
I think at some point we should just give in and go back to the moccasin days. I'm down for it.
That's what that barefoot footwear is.
That's what that's basically.
It's moccasins?
No, I mean what he's talking about. That's
I'll
why I wear
show you a
Sperry's
picture
because
later.
like,
All right, look, I'm getting myself a
you
pair.
can just slip them on and
Still the Sperry's? I can't get out of that trend, can you?
I kind of stopped wearing them because I wear boots to work now, but I used to wear them to work. Yeah.
Oh,
Alrighty.
we should probably do the opener of
We
this
should probably-
podcast.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So we're gonna watch a trailer it's called Operation
Wait, are we gonna
Mincemeat.
have to blur
I
that
don't like
name?
mincemeat.
Whose?
That one.
That
The
one.
H word?
Yeah, we might have to.
No,
And,
I think it's all right.
all right, so Operation Mincemeat is a new film that's coming out, and
I don't like
you don't like it?
mincemeat.
Mincemeat.
It makes me think of Sweeney Todd.
This is the actual
Meat
story.
pie.
Let me read the synopsis. As the Allies plotted to invade Sicily in 1943, two British intelligence officers coordinated to
Coordinated? I don't even.
what is that word? Concocted?
Concocted.
Concocted?
Concocted an elaborate deception.
Yeah.
An elaborate deception operation involving a corpse, a submarine, a briefcase stuffed with documents that what followed would alter the course of World War II and save thousands of lives. This is a real event.
Okay.
So with that synopsis,
Yeah, well, you forgot the end.
I skipped the last sentence. Johnny.
Johnny.
All right, let's watch this trailer real quick, all right?
In 5 weeks, 100,000 British forces will strike Sicily's southern shore.
Are they going to be enough?
Unfortunately, the Nazis know of our intentions. So we're going to play a humiliating trick on Hitler. We have to convince Germany that our target is Greece. The plan begins in Spain, where a corpse will wash up on shore bearing classified letters. A corpse carrying fake documents. Given the fascist network there, we could quite literally float the documents right into enemy hands. Prime Minister, that's too big a risk. The fate of the world is at stake. The plan is highly implausible. So when can it be ready? Well, we'll say we start with the easy part and find ourselves a corpse.
The thing is, the Germans will scrutinize every detail of our fallen man.
Where are his legs? He must be as real as you or I.
He would carry a letter from his wife professing her deep love for him.
Very good. And he would carry her photograph.
My contribution to the mission for a seat at the table.
Although, what if the autopsy reveals he didn't die of drowning? Or if the briefcase is returned to us without the Germans seeing its contents?
Charles, why on earth do you keep poking holes in our plan?
I preemptively poked. Success depends on guiding the papers into Hitler's hands.
The nightmare marching this way is only too real.
And the Spanish won't let the Germans anywhere near our briefcase. We are in the dark.
If the enemy is waiting for us on those beaches, history herself will avert her eyes from the slaughter. I may vomit.
I may vomit with you.
In stories of war, there is that which is seen and that which is hidden.
In God's name, Fleming, what are you writing?
Spy story. In the hidden war, the truth is protected by a bodyguard of lies. Its soldiers unseen,
Pray.
its heroes unsung. This is our war.
I'm thoroughly. It's coming out in May. I'm interested.
May
man.
1st.
What are you guys' first thoughts? I love a historic piece.
It looks.
And the characters seem super dynamic.
Yeah, it looked cool.
Yeah, I've never heard this story before.
Yeah,
What's on
nor
the
have
paper?
I. Huh?
What's on the paper? What's on the documents?
I think it's just supposed to be.
It's supposed to be a correspondence between
Yeah.
two generals, and I think what happened in actual history is that it was supposed to mislead Germany,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so that they would have an advantage over Germany. So they are faking them stumbling on evidence. So they planted wrong information, and it's just came out of the brain of the people that were involved with Operation Mincemeat. Let me pull up the cast list real quick.
Very cool. I like a good historic piece with it's got a little bit of
Intrigue,
and it seems like it has a little bit of bounce.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Bounce.
a little bit of bounce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
I know what you're saying.
If you watched a trailer for Tenet,
Yeah.
or would you say that Tenet, the story, the movie, has bounce? Would you say it has any form of lightheartedness?
No.
Not
No.
really. No, it's a very
Solemn,
heavy
serious.
story.
Yeah.
This isn't. I consider this to be a heavy kind of
But it's
history
got
story.
bounce?
It's got a little bit of bounce.
I know what you're saying, but I wouldn't describe it as
Like
a bounce.
Sherlock Holmes is all bounce.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch Sherlock Holmes, there's bounce.
So
Yeah.
it's like, those sky balls that you could buy,
Mm-hmm.
like the thing going up to the.
Yeah, there's definitely like a level in there between,
Yeah.
Sandbag and Skyball as far as bounce.
Yeah, as looking at this cast list, one of my favorite characters, and I only saw a couple of his pieces of work, Matthew McFadden at
Yeah.
the top. He plays Mr. Darcy on the best Pride and Prejudice
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Keira Knightley. And he's recently in the show, he plays Tom on, what's the
what would
Succession. He's hilarious in Succession. He's such a good actor.
Mhm.
I really enjoy it. And I like his acting a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to seeing it primarily for him, because I
Right.
love him as an actor.
We're
I think he's
missing
great.
somebody who was in the trailer. Jason Isaacs.
Jason
He's
Isaacs.
at the bottom.
Scroll.
He's at the bottom.
Whoop.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
been
Right
in
there.
a,
Mr.
he's been
Isaacs.
in a
Yes,
lot
yes,
of stuff.
yes.
Mr. Isaacs.
He's a well-known
Yeah.
face. I think overall, man, like some of the cinematography, incredibly dynamic. They have that classic,
Oh yeah.
like night orange
Mm-hmm.
war scene,
But I
Footage.
liked the way the colors looked. They looked very natural.
Yeah.
Natural, very real world.
Yeah, but it
I
had
think that
it was,
added to the bounce.
Yes, but it was vibrant
I don't
and
know
appropriate
about this
spots.
bounce, my
The
guy.
bounce is there. The bounce is
Do
present.
you not understand what I mean by bounce?
I know what you mean, but I wouldn't.
Means
I
it's
would
not-
never
What would you
describe it as
call
not
bounce.
comedy.
Describe it for me.
Lighthearted comedy.
No, it's not a comedy.
It's not comedy.
No, lighthearted comedy thrown into a
Yeah.
in.
What kind of word? What would you use a single word to describe that?
You might say a flare, but that's too broad.
I'd say it has a little bit of bounce.
I'd say it's taken.
This
I
is
like
coming
this
from
word.
the guy
Just
that.
a little bit, just some bounce.
Hey, you wanna? We were gonna watch this the other day. You wanna go ahead and put it on? It's Saturday night. Oh man, I want something light.
Yeah.
That's too heavy.
Yeah.
Would
and
you
this is a
settle for something with a little bit of bounce?
This seems heavy, but it seems like it has a little bit of bounce.
Yeah.
I might go for that.
The trailer has plenty of bounce.
It's got some good
And
bounce.
might I say, mostly coming from Matthew. Oh, at the top. Mostly coming from Matthew.
Yeah, he's
He's carrying the bounce.
I mean Colin Firth. Yeah, I mean just good actor.
Mhm.
Just kind of all
Stoic.
around. Yeah,
Mr. Firth.
Mr. Firth.
I think
Firth and foremost.
first and foremost,
as Mike Tyson might say. First and foremost.
I like her line in this, where she provides her picture
Yeah.
as like the
wife.
the wife
Yeah.
of the dead body, and she's like, "I'll give you a picture of me, and I am a part of the project." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's a fun moment. I think they revealed a lot in this trailer,
Well, but we
but we kind of, if we know history, or
Yeah.
you can just read it, you know what kind of plays out.
Right.
And honestly, we kind of gave it away with that synopsis.
But
It
it's still
saved the
it
lives
doesn't.
of thousands.
No, it doesn't change me from wanting to watch it. I think
Not at all.
because of the type of story it is.
It seems very dynamic and fun.
yeah.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. This trailer's been out for a little while. At this point, and so when people are watching this, especially at that point, but it's coming out May 11th on Netflix.
Yeah.
Not March. I can read now.
Well,
And I am very
Wait,
much looking
11th?
forward
I
to
thought it said
this.
first.
This is a wacky, wonderful
Firth.
reference. Sorry.
Firth.
No, the first. May 1st.
No.
Did it not say first? I thought I saw
said
May 1st.
I stopped it too early. It's May 11th.
Oh, okay.
So May 11th on Netflix. I think it's coming out in some theaters beginning of May. Overall, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. Here's a little picture. I think these are the real guys.
Oh, the original.
I think this
people.
is them.
I don't see any women.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
What's up with that?
They weren't allowed to be in pictures back then.
Yeah.
The good old days.
Stay out of our pictures.
Stay out of our pictures and our war meetings.
Well, you can be at the war meetings if you have good ideas.
Look, if you have some okay ideas.
Get out of the room when we're about to take a picture.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
No one wants to see your pretty
You're bringing
face.
like a sandwich or something.
Ooh.
This man looks like he has
That might have taken it a little too far.
If
Not baloney.
tell us what you guys think.
Yes.
Down in the comments. What do you guys think of this movie? Does it feel like a fun movie? It's got bounce.
It's got bounce.
It's got bounce.
I
What
think
would, what would you guys use to describe it other than the word bounce?
Boing.
That's the
Well,
same
that's an
thing.
exuberant noise.
Yeah, it's a level of exuberance.
Yeah.
In the work.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
what's a perfect word to describe exuberance? A little bit of bounce.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
My brain says
Be
flare,
ready
but that's
on
too
May
broad.
11th for a little bit of bounce.
Little bit of bounce.
PG-13, everybody, so everybody at home can watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not rated R.
Yes.
It's going to be an enjoyed
that's
one.
nice.
Yeah.
Adds to the bounce factor.
Well, it adds to the broader enjoyment of the bounce.
Yeah.
You know? Overall, looking forward to it. I do love timepieces. I do love especially bouncy ones. Let me cut in really quick to just talk to you about our Patreon for just a moment. Our Patreon has all kinds of really cool content, both exclusive and early. This podcast you're watching or listening to at the very moment was actually available a week early over on our Patreon to watch or listen to. So if you're interested in supporting us on Patreon, you can go to the link in the description, select the tier that best fits your content needs and enjoyment. Thank you so much for all of those who support us on Patreon already, and we look forward to seeing you on Patreon for all of the exclusive access and perks that it brings to you. Let's get back to the podcast. According to the title of this video, we are going to give our review of Death on the Nile. But first, thank you, Daniel and Katie Lilly.
Wow. Friends.
New patrons.
Friends of mine.
Patreon.
Friends of yours.
Friends of mine.
I would
yeah.
say I would consider Daniel a friend.
Yeah.
Although I don't see you often.
Yes.
My man.
When was the last time
I've
you saw
never
Daniel?
met
Oh, it's
his
been
wife.
No?
No, never met her.
Look, I
don't think I have.
think Daniel's always kind of been in like the geeky Lord of the Rings loving vibe.
Yeah.
But I never saw it. And the last time I saw him, he was into it. And we talked a little bit about stouts that we enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And then
he's that kind of guy that likes to chew his drinks.
Probably. No, I've had some fun with Daniel. I played a D&D game with him. We got plans for more like D&D games in the future. Mm-hmm. It takes a long time to plan out a campaign and write characters and stuff.
Oh, I was at one of the only D&D games I ever played. People got so pissed.
Oh yeah.
Because people that were playing the game was making fun of the story.
Oh yeah.
And D&D players get real sensitive.
Yeah.
When you're laying out your story.
But Dungeon Master has to go through a long process to write a story.
Yeah. And then when people are joking on it, you get your feelings hurt.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to play.
You gotta learn how to roll with.
I kind of do, but
roll with what the people are doing if you're the dungeon master.
Yep.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and I think I would really enjoy D&D. But
I think you would.
I haven't played it enough, just once.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Daniel and Katie.
Yeah.
Mr. and Ms. Lily.
Yes.
We love you guys.
We do really appreciate it.
Appreciate you being a supporter on Patreon. If you too want a shout out or a chance at a shout out, I mean, our numbers are getting high.
Yeah, and did you see that? You see how much we talked about them?
We talk, we reminisce.
Yeah.
If we have a story to tell, we tell a story.
We just
I got some fun stories with Daniel.
Look.
Yeah.
If you guys want to be a Patreon supporter, go to the link in the description and choose the tier that best fits your content needs. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, as promised, let's get into this.
Mm-hmm.
Death on the Nile.
Right off the bat, before we get into any of it, not even halfway through, Wyatt stopped the movie because I had watched it before him, like a week before. He stopped it. He looks at me. He said, "I know what's gonna happen. This," and I said, "That's a theory. That sounds interesting. Maybe." I went to bed. He finished the movie. The next day, he was like, "Exactly what I said happened." Exactly.
Really?
Exactly.
Like once they had established most of what was going on,
Yeah.
and a few key hint details, I was like, I know exactly what's about to happen and who the killer is, and nobody's died yet.
Well, we're gonna do
Really?
spoilers.
Did you know who was going to get killed?
I figured.
Say a lot of spoilers, so
This is a spoiler review.
This is a spoiler heavy review.
he said what was gonna happen. I don't know if you said she was gonna die, but you said that they were swindling her for her money before she even died.
Well, it's called Death on the Nile. So I assume that there's going to be a death,
Yeah.
and it's most likely going to be Gal Gadot's character.
Okay. Because she's the one with the money.
She's the one with the money.
She's the focus of the attention by all these people.
So I said that Jackie de Belfort?
Something like that. These French words, man.
I said her and the new husband of Gal Gadot, I said they're in league and they're going to kill her for the money.
You think?
That's what I predicted.
Now, I predicted 50% correct.
Oh, yeah?
Halfway through. Now, it was soon after Miss Lead got killed.
Right.
Right? But I predicted half correct. I said definitely the husband.
Yeah.
What? I said definitely the husband. I had no idea she was involved.
There's nobody here to say that you predicted that.
Ask Kenzie. Kenzie predicted wrong.
We gotta call her up
This
right
is
now.
a difference. This is a big moment in cinema history for me and Kenzie watching movies.
She predicted partly
wrong,
right.
and
What
I
did she
predicted
predict?
half right.
What did she predict?
I think she predicted. What was the guy? His friend, the young guy flying the kite.
Oh,
Yeah.
Book. She predicted him.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, the way that Book acted throughout the mystery, going around with Poirot, threw me.
Mm-hmm.
It threw me for a loop. I'm like, I don't like that his character is like just best friending it up.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with that. But when they mentioned the mom of Book mentions, she says, where's my red paint?
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay, so now I know. Somebody has a cap, like a false charge in the gun, and whoever gets shot by it and covers their leg and has red on it.
You thought of this?
Not the leg part, but I knew.
Well, you knew that there was going to be a non-death shot, and it would be fake.
And it would be fake.
How did you know that?
And then when husband gets shot and he's holding his, I'm like, it's them.
It's the husband.
And I was like, I knew it. And then the movie threw me for a couple of loops.
Yeah.
Where I was like, wait a second, hold on, what's going on?
When they got Book involved with the story,
and
it made you double
wrap back around. And
I don't know if I had like a solid theory of who's gonna be the killer and stuff like that, but I know there was a few characters that stuck out to me, and I said they are not the killer.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Sorry.
Her like money guy or her partner, the guy who's running her operation,
the guy who she grew up with, is brother.
And everybody was like, he's dishonest. She's the only one who trusts him.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy, everybody says he's dishonest, but man, he's just a genuine dude that's just, doing his thing.
And he pulled out that big old gun.
Yeah.
What kind of gun was that? Did you know?
That was a 1911.
Yeah.
Oh, just regular old 1911.
45 caliber.
Gotcha. I thought look, Joshua, did you predict anything correctly?
No.
He's like, somebody's gonna die in this one. And they're gonna be on the Nile. Bet you that. Okay. But after saying all of that, I would like to make it clear. I didn't think that this was a great movie overall. I think there was a lot of really great elements.
Yeah.
But it missed out on the charm that the first one had.
For real?
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't say in the span of just movies, it was the best movie ever, but it had what I was expecting to go into it.
It had what I was expecting, but the first one had...
It was fun.
The first one had this vibe about it that was... exciting. I'll tell you what, the first one had just a hint, just a little bit, a smidge, if you will, of bounce. Just enough to make it seem. This one was. It took itself.
It was more
very serious.
on a train. It was.
But I mean, I'm talking about the dramatic elements.
No,
this one was very dramatic.
If I was going to compare the two, the first one was better.
Yeah,
but this one's not bad. I don't mind it. I would give it. I'm just gonna go ahead and rate it because as we're talking about it, I would give it a 7.5.
The score lowers for me because number one, the establishing sweeping outdoor shots.
Yeah, you didn't like that.
The animation looked bad. It looked bad. There's no excuse for it nowadays. I'm sorry.
Well, this seemed okay. This seemed like a film with a lower budget. It just did.
And you can do a lower budget film, but just keep most of the camera shots in the boat.
Yeah.
Inside the boat.
Which they did. And
no, they used so many outdoor sweeping shots.
They did, but I didn't have a problem with them. You didn't like them.
I didn't. It made the overall story feel more hammy. There was a little bit of hammy acting in here too.
From who?
Just a little bit from everybody.
Just a little touch?
Just a touch where it'd be like a word or a phrase and they'd be like, what are you talking about? And I'd be like, But it was brief and there was a little bit from a couple people and it wasn't an overall theme.
Yeah. I think, okay, so what character did you like the best?
Book.
I think you like Book the best?
I liked Book.
I think our is the same. What's the doctor? Who's played the doctor?
Not Pierre.
No,
not Pierre.
Do you have all that?
The Dr. Russell Brand?
Brand. Russell Brand. I like Russell Brand, but he plays mostly comedies. Yeah. He doesn't play a serious.
Are you kidding?
Role.
I loved him in this role.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I liked him.
It was something different than he didn't. He kind of stepped out of his comedy roles, and he played this character very well. I will say he didn't have a lot.
Yeah, he was kind of reserved.
Yeah, he was very reserved. He didn't give a lot. I would like to see a little more of him, but he still is probably my favorite character. I think he was a cool character.
Think about his character for a moment. Just his heart is ripped out of his chest.
Yeah.
You know? Just kind of humiliated in front of everybody.
But he's a good man.
He's a great man. And he is attractive.
He is.
Yeah.
Wait,
what?
He was an attractive man.
I actually initially when I saw him helping the husband into the room, I was like, that's a fake gunshot wound. So he's probably involved.
Oh, and then, you thought the doctor.
But they reveal later that he had actually shot himself later. Later, like when everybody left the room,
the muffle.
He came back and he shot himself
to make it seem like he,
that the doctor wouldn't be like, that's not real.
Yeah, it's like there's no hole here.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't care for who's the girl from Game of Thrones? I didn't care for her character.
You didn't like Rose?
Yeah, I think I understand what type of character she's playing, but I think if she wasn't in it, I wouldn't see it that important.
All right. first off, my favorite character was Rose.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought she was meek. She was a suspect for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that she was kind of in on this, I'll keep quiet. You know what I mean? Interesting side character. Next to...
Why is that a really creepy picture of Gal Gadot?
Gal Gadot.
I think it's Gal
That's who
Gadot.
she is. No, that's what she looked like when she was singing that song at the beginning of the pandemic.
That
into her
looks
cell
a
phone.
scary photo.
You know,
for some reason.
I'll say this. The lady Sophie, I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Yeah.
Who played Salome?
Yes.
The singer.
I found her character to be quite endearing.
Yeah.
Of course.
She was just like bluesy and mean and sassy, and she carried a gun in her hat.
Yeah.
And why do you think there was like a love thing?
At the end, when he's pointing the gun, and then the guy's pointing the gun, and then she's pointing the gun, I was like, oh, like she did that quick.
Yeah. And I loved her little whips back. You know what I mean? Like her clap backs that she did. She would cut you real deep, real fast, and it was beautiful. The love interest name is Rosalie.
Yeah,
Rosalie. What did you think of her being the love interest for
Book?
Yes.
They didn't even give Book a last name.
Well, Google didn't it?
It was good. That was a good side story.
No, his mom. What's the?
His mom was played by... No, not her. She's not on here.
Okay.
No, yes, she is.
It just says
that's not-
Euphemia.
Yeah, Euphemia.
No,
It doesn't give a last name.
No last
They
name.
don't have a last name.
They don't have a last name. I enjoyed their storyline. It was just like and I like that he was there to investigate her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was a nice little side thing. I didn't have too many issues with that. They were good characters, I thought.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed that little side thing, even though they could have probably elaborated a little more. Like for the big reveal that his reason to investigate in that moment was because of them.
Yeah.
They should have had a little more development.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it felt like all of the times where they would refer to each other or talk about their relationship was when they weren't really together.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like develop them together.
We didn't see a ton of them together talking, flirting, hugging, kissing, none of that.
In secret. Like, let's sneak into the closet here on the boat.
Right.
Let's-
I would have liked
talk
a little
about our
bit
feelings.
more of that.
You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, they didn't have much
It
of
was
that.
mostly just Book talk to Poirot about it.
Yeah.
You're like, dude. It's like, all right, now show us that they are a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though
Ma doesn't like her.
Ma doesn't like
Ma
her.
doesn't like her.
You don't like her.
I thought, okay, so Emma McKay.
Mm-hmm.
Emma McKee. She's done a lot of different roles lately.
Yeah.
Her, I think she came in strong with this film.
She was genuinely like intimidating as a stalker.
I think she came in real
agree.
strong.
I agree.
Let me
very
get a good picture of her.
A part of how I knew it was them later on in the movie, it's like they stopped showing the husband and they stopped showing her because the husband's knee is bad and she's had a tonic. And so they don't show those two enough. And I'm like, all right, so they're showing all these other people, but not these two people? Come on.
You know, there's a thing I thought, I always do this, okay? I should have knew that she was a part of it.
Yeah.
Because literally right at the beginning, they set up these two characters, right? Why would they give her any development at all if she doesn't play a major role?
Well, because she's supposed to take
they're establishing...
interest. She's supposed to be like, you're thinking about her because she's like the stalker type character, and you're like, is she stalking enough to kill somebody?
Be a killer?
When they say
and
like,
then it's like maybe I don't know.
When they say like Mr. and Mrs. Doyle or whatever their last name was, and Gal Gadot comes out, I was like, oh
yeah.
I was like, I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I knew
He did
it,
say
but it was
that.
still surprising. And then the fact that she's just stalking them is amazing. That's good.
But like that moment before it cuts from the scene when Gal Gadot and what's his face was dancing for the first time, you saw her tearing up.
Yeah.
Emma's character, and she's like, I can be okay with this, and she started tearing up like she knew.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think she
Now,
No.
obviously, there was a plan there.
Yeah.
Like, it was a psychotic thing.
Right.
But in the moment, it felt like you could see the insecurity of the relationship.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think her character had a lot of depth to it. The Poirot, he was the only other one with as much development, in my opinion. Like, Book didn't have enough development.
No.
His love interest, the blues lady, not enough.
Salome had as much as she needed. I don't think we needed any more from Salome. We knew exactly who she was.
What they needed was, they gave us a small scene where they're playing chess, and then the guy brings the contract.
Yeah, something like that.
They needed a little bit more of that before the murder and before all that stuff. They needed them just, hanging out on the ship or something more establishing to get to know the characters more.
I think they needed a little bit more of Poirot, like hints that he is investigating her specifically. All they gave us was one scene where he's looking at her book.
That's it.
And you're like, okay, he's investigating everybody.
Yeah.
This is part of that,
But no, it was very specific.
Yeah,
very
specific.
I had a thought.
Oh, you had a think?
I had a thunk.
Yeah.
It'll come back. Sorry, I had a really good thought and a point I wanted to bring up. Yeah, it slipped my mind. I was gonna say I kind of noticed it, but it was very obvious when she was gonna sign the contract. You didn't know who was being devious.
Yeah.
Whether it was her confidant friend or it was her
husband,
her newest husband, and as soon as he was like flippant of the contract, and he was like, just sign it, I knew, bad guy. Now, I didn't think that he would be the one to kill her until she was dead. But I knew there was something devious about him.
Yeah. I think mainly I was looking for the little hints. So I was looking at like the paint. For some reason, the snake, I thought the snake would come into it. The book that Poirot is reading, looking at those things primarily for, but when she made the comment like, about Gal Gadot signing the contract, I was like, that's interesting. Is she just doing that as a friend? Because it seems like she's maybe just doing that as a friend and kind of insisting that her friend take a little bit more time with just giving her money away to this guy.
Because everyone's there for her, and most of them are there for her money.
Except for the doctor.
Might have said,
except for the doctor.
He's a simp.
No, don't give him a simp title.
He's a simp.
No, don't give him a simp title.
I feel like that's what he was. I didn't feel that from him. Because he was just kind of this.
He didn't express it as much as he should have. He was a simp.
I wish they would have gave him slightly more.
What did she get her money from? Did they say?
Probably family something or
no, it was family. But it was like,
no, she was a businesswoman.
Yeah.
It might have mentioned it in passing, but it wasn't focused on enough.
I don't even remember.
We don't know where
I don't think
women get their
she's
money.
got a lot of money.
Nobody needs to know.
Yeah, that wasn't important.
She was doing that OnlyFans.
A personal favorite scene of mine from this movie is where she's laying there dead and one of her feet is cockeyed and Poirot just goes he turns it up and then he goes
he just looks
because things, he's that way, things have to be perfect. I loved that scene.
This felt like this was a big, would this be considered a MacGuffin?
No.
This was an accidental side thing.
This was a almost like a false MacGuffin.
A false MacGuffin.
Yeah.
So
something to throw off the scent.
Big diamonds.
Diamond.
Like the point of where, like the visual representation of her wealth.
Yeah.
Right? Yet it was a side thought. It wasn't the motivation for things. You know what I mean? But they set it up to kind of play a big part of this.
Right.
And it played a big part in the mystery as well. How Poirot.
It's Poirot.
Poirot. I can't. I would be really good at Spanish. I can roll like crazy.
Okay.
But I can't do the. I can't do the back of the throat.
What?
That is Spanish.
Poirot.
Just say Poirot.
Poirot.
If you're having trouble, just say his first name. It's Hercule.
Poirot. Hercule.
It's Hercule. It's Hercule Poirot.
So my favorite scene was this.
Yeah.
The emotion coming out of Poirot from this moment. I said it, Poirot, because I just said it like 4 times. Poirot. I love the intensity coming out of Poirot in this moment when he's holding everybody hostage. Is that the 1911?
Yeah, I think so. It might be. Yeah, it looks like it.
It was.
It does.
It has to be.
Oh, we're forgetting. The owner of the 1911, let me find his name. He was the...
Yeah, he was the...
right here. Andrew?
Yeah, he was the accountant for...
Yeah.
Gal Gadot.
Andrew is not innocent, like we were saying. He's the one that dropped the stone.
He
tried to kill
them.
Remember when they were being seductive? She was rubbing up on him, and then they dropped the stone.
Glossed over that.
That was a big deal.
And I was like, he's like, I just saw an opportunity and I seized it. And then he's like, I didn't really want her dead. No, you wanted her dead. It's
attempted double homicide.
I was like, yeah, that is attempted murder.
For 2 people.
Double suey?
Yeah,
also,
dub suey.
Also,
no, dub homie.
A dub homie. But also,
Dubby Homs.
Yeah, but also, he defaced a historic landmark.
Yeah, but this is back.
What? Like 80 years ago?
The British have been defacing.
So Andrew can just do it
back in the 20s or whatever. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
This is okay.
And then Poirot's just like, you can go. He's like, so they're gonna put me in jail now, and he's like, no, just do with the money what you're supposed to do and pay back everything you owe.
Yeah.
And then, but I think that's good blackmail. That's solid blackmail from Poirot to be like, I will tell the police. Like I'll be keeping tabs on you, and I'm a super detective.
Yeah, and I got a mad scar under the stash.
Yo, the scar, that was cool.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be really honest with you all. Finding music online that doesn't get copyright strucken or blocked or anything that really even just works that sounds good in videos is hard to find online. I mean, it just is. It's difficult to get music that's gonna fit the emotion, the genre that you're looking for. Well, guess what? There's a lot of different platforms out there, but in my opinion, the subscription service to Soundstripe has saved my life, saved my butt so many times when it comes to any kind of video production, whether freelance, for short films, or just online content like on YouTube. So I want to just encourage you, if this is something that you need, if this is something that you believe will help you out with any kind of production needs, then go check out Soundstripe. Use the link in the description. It's a special link that lets us know that you used our link, and use the code WiseWorks10 at checkout. That will give you 10% off your first purchase. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode. And once again, if you are in production and you need copyright-free music, go check out Soundstripe, use the link in the description, and use WiseWorks10 promo code at checkout. Let's get back to the podcast.
So I wouldn't say I had a lot of issues with a lot of the elements, but there was enough in the movie that I didn't like to just kind of make it feel less than the first one.
Okay.
Didn't meet the expectations that the first one did. And it makes me worried because our next sequel to a murder mystery, the second Knives Out movie,
it looks like the same thing.
It's a similar vibe.
Yeah, I feel like Death on the Nile. I feel like Knives Out was like, we're taking cues from Death on the Nile, and then Death on the Nile they did this remake.
It's like they took cues for the first one from Murder on the Orient Express. It's like everybody. It's like or Clue and Murder on the Orient Express. Yeah. A lot of Agatha Christie elements that made it very good. Like the first, like the Orient Express, and the second one is kind of doing
The Death on
the Nile.
And then they jumped on it and like, we're going to actually do the story.
Yeah.
Now, I did want to ask though, okay, this is a weird thing. So we really like Knives Out, okay? This is enjoyable. People are really consuming these slightly bouncy murder mysteries.
Yeah.
That feel like the
love
Clue
like
game.
Clue,
Yeah.
you know?
And it feels very much like that. However, we get the same vibe in any like in an episode of any cop show. Kind of.
What? No.
Psych.
No.
NCIS.
Yeah, I would say
we
like
gotta
NCIS
figure
or
out the
Psych.
murder every single episode. So why is it like a standalone movie? We're like consuming it like crazy, but shouldn't we be kind of desensitized to this figure out who done it thing?
No, because you can always come up with interesting characters. Excuse me. You can always put in new tropes, add new things, create new twists. There's so much murder mystery out there. You know, you never know what's gonna be. I was like, oh, somebody, stabbed you with a thing, and that's why this happened. But nobody knew it.
Yeah.
And then the detective reveals everything at the end. It's the best.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Everybody loves it.
I know it's enjoyed and everybody loves it. I just kind of I feel like we've seen it so many times. Like the thrill is gone. You know, the thrill of figuring out who did it is gone.
But nah.
I feel like I got snubbed with this movie because the girl, Jackie, kills herself and the husband. Right. I wanted to see
with a 22.
Yeah.
They wouldn't die instantly.
No.
By shooting through his back and going through her. A 22 bullet would not kill you instantly.
No, it wouldn't. But it would definitely go through two people.
It
It's
will
a
go
small
through.
bullet,
I'm just
small
saying,
caliber
they
bullet.
Hollywood didn't do their research.
No. But it would probably kill them.
Yeah, over time. Like they would suffocate on the ground first.
But I mean, honestly, a good detective and a good doctor, frankly, would try to save them.
Yeah.
They
didn't give him any time.
I as much as I didn't like the CG, I wanted to see them jump over and get eaten by CG alligators. She's like, we can make it. I'm like, that means they can swim to shore.
Yes.
Let me see them jump over and get eaten by crocodiles.
Yeah.
And they had a great crocodile moment for
They
a second.
did. They had a crocodile moment. Give me more CG crocodiles to eat them.
That was kind of fun. You know?
Or he's like, no, I can't do that. I'm, and then she's like, you got the bum leg. I'm jumping. That would have been great because they talk about love so much and how much these two love each other. I would have loved to see her be like, no, you know what? I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm out. Look, I think, who do you think looked the best? Like, who was the most snazzy character?
The doctor,
Andrew.
which is not on this picture.
Russell?
Yeah.
Russell's character?
I liked Jackie and Book. I liked Book. I thought he was a fun character. I feel like I'm Book.
He'd be up on the pyramid flying a kite. Woo! I'm the only one who's ever done that. Naked.
Where only Poirot and God can see.
Yeah.
Just naked up there on the pyramid.
I'm going to be honest, man. I did not. I know when there's a film, okay, when there's a show, it's different because they mislead you with shows because they have time. But with a film, every single piece of dialogue and scene matters.
Yeah.
Yet, when she brought up the red paint was missing, nothing.
Yeah.
I just completely breezed over. I'm like, that's a fun fact. That was it. I don't know. My brain turns off when it comes to these kind of movies.
They also mentioned the nail polish.
My brain turns off, dude.
Yeah.
They mentioned
I can't find the clue.
And
When
then
did
they
you watch
mentioned
it?
the
Late
nail
at night?
polish.
No, it was it was Sunday, so it was in between me getting back and leaving again.
Okay.
And it was a Sunday, late afternoon.
I watch these kinds of movies like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme.
Yeah.
Where I'm just leaning forward and pointing.
Yeah.
The nail polish, that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The snake could be important. Everything could be important.
Yeah.
The necklace is fake. I mean, the necklace is just to distract you.
Yeah. That I feel like I figured that. I was like, I don't know that the necklace is actually going to play a significant role.
I
in this
didn't know
movie.
that. I didn't know it wasn't important, especially how much Rose's character was focusing in on it,
Mm-hmm.
I thought for sure it played a bigger role. See, I don't know why. Now, I'm going to do the exact same thing with Knives Out. They
Yeah.
might even have the exact same ending.
Have you seen the first one?
Knives Out?
No, this.
Oh, the old one? No. No, I have.
We should go back and watch that. That
You
was
haven't
pretty
seen
good.
the Poirot Murder on the Orient Express?
No,
yeah,
I
we
haven't.
should go back and
so
watch
wait,
it.
it's this. Wait, what?
Yeah,
what?
same guy.
What?
Yeah,
First
movie. Yeah.
This is a sequel?
Yeah.
It's a sequel.
It's not, but it is. I mean, it's a standalone film, but yes, the Murder on the Orient.
This is part
it
2.
had Johnny Depp in it, did it not?
I believe it. I think he was the one
This
who
is
got... I
mind
think he
blowing.
was the one who got
Why didn't
murdered.
nobody tell
Johnny
me
Depp
about this?
was in it.
Yeah, you got
And
murdered.
you've not seen it? We need to go back and watch it.
Hold on,
Maybe we'll watch
let
it
me
this
look up
weekend.
It had
images
Daisy.
from
It had
this.
Daisy Ridley in it.
How did this completely pass me by?
Oh my
It's
word.
Murder on the Oriental Express.
Orient Express.
Or Oriental.
No,
Oriental. Yeah, you're right. With the mustache.
his mustache is even
Yeah,
greater
one.
in this.
It's got Johnny
first
Depp in
movie.
it.
It do.
Look, it's got Willem Dafoe.
It's got Josh
Gad.
Yeah, Josh. Yeah, that's a. We gotta go back and
great
watch
cast.
this
Why
again.
did I not watch it? And how come I didn't know about it?
Yeah.
It came out a while ago.
Is that Penelope Cruz?
Desperate. Maybe.
Yeah. No.
That looks.
I don't
Is that her?
That looks
I
a lot
can't
like
remember.
Penelope.
Looks like her.
Let me see this. How about this? Cast. Who's all in this? All.
Who's on that when you're pulling up? Penelope
Penelope
Cruz.
Cruz.
Willem
Johnny Depp.
Dafoe.
Hey, Book is in it also.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I knew.
Wait,
I knew.
Gal
This
Gadot
movie would
is
have
in
made
that movie.
so
No,
much
wait,
more
no.
sense.
No, she's
No,
not.
this is from this. They're showing.
No, I was
people
like, she's
from-
not in that.
Yeah,
but
Russell
yeah,
Brand's in
they're
here.
showing people from both movies.
Man. Josh Gad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
Dude,
didn't-
yeah, I didn't know that you hadn't seen the Murder on the Orient
I
Express.
didn't know it existed.
I think you would enjoy the murder.
Well, here's the
Yeah,
thing.
you would
We're
enjoy
doing
it
a
more.
review of this movie. I feel like we should have watched that one now. And I
I've
feel like
seen
I've
it.
seen it.
I've
What's
shook
our
the
review? Why?
Murder
What
on
would you
the
say?
Orient
It's a little bit better than
Okay, yeah,
than
rate
Death on
these
the
two.
Nile.
Yeah.
Probably like this one's like a 7.5. So
You didn't-
Murder is like an 8, and
You didn't see the trailer for the Murder on the Orient.
it came out a while
No.
ago.
Because it's
You were
like-
in Columbia when it came out.
No,
It's
that would
got
probably
the,
be
it's
why.
got the Imagine Dragons song.
Yeah.
I missed it. I completely missed it.
Hey.
Wow. Okay.
I thought this was just a fun one-off.
You're just like over there watching New Girl.
Hold
and-
on.
and
Now
we're all
I'm
watching-
starting to think Knives Out is a ripoff of this franchise.
Might be.
This one came
Not
first.
Really? Yeah, it did.
oh,
And now Death
No.
on the Nile.
No,
this
there's
came-
an original.
I know this is a
And a
remake.
book.
I'm just saying Knives Out is trying to do the same thing.
They're following a similar thing.
Yeah.
But they're
Which is
doing it
fine.
after.
They're doing a good job. They did the first movie. We'll hope the second movie is good as well.
Yeah. And it's
What's your rating for Death on the Nile?
Death on the Nile. Well, now it's hard for me to say. I want to watch
My eyes twitching.
Orient Express.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this a 6. I love the characters
Yeah.
pretty much across the board, but as I said, I'm becoming like, okay, so with this, the whole reveal, it's not super exciting to me anymore because I am desensitized. I want to go on a fun, wacky journey.
Yeah. And when
This
you
didn't
don't
give me
have
that
any
wacky
bounce-
journey. This didn't give me as
Not
wacky of a
enough
journey.
bounce?
Now, Knives Out does give you a wacky journey.
Yeah, it does. And Ana de Armas.
So you said Knives Out was better
She's
than
my
this.
favorite.
I do think Knives Out is better than this, but we're going to see if Knives Out 2 because it's probably going to be similar to this.
It's a 5.5 for me.
Yeah.
The
That
animation really bothered me. The tone annoyed me. It was too dramatic. And it not too dramatic. I like drama, but I want for one of these types of movies, especially compared to how it was with the first Orient Express.
It has Johnny Depp in it, of course. That one's better.
It just there was a little bit more of the kind of mystery bounce that you're looking for in the first one, and not as much in this one. And it was a little heavy on the drama.
Yeah.
And all the other things I've mentioned. So 5.5 for me.
I will say, okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say 5 words or less.
Well, I wanted to say this really quick.
Yeah.
Animation was off,
Yeah.
right? It wasn't convincing.
But they kept doing it.
I'm going to, look, this is what I say.
They kept doing the same shot.
But the story, The story. I get you. I get you. I get you.
Comes down, it's this wide
We
shot.
get it. Okay.
We saw it like 5
Look,
times.
I'm telling you, the story.
Fine, didn't
The
bother me.
story, unlike a superhero film, doesn't rely on those shots. You can kind of just X them from the storyboard,
Should have.
and the story's still there.
Yeah, they should have X'd them.
They might have, but
They didn't.
I overlooked that on purpose because I'm like, it doesn't matter. The story doesn't. It doesn't
I
rely
don't
on this.
overlook it because they added it to the movie.
Okay,
It's in the movie.
I'm giving them grace. I give them grace because
Yeah.
it doesn't. The film's not about these animation sweeping shots.
What were you gonna say it was about?
I was going to say the cinematography was awesome.
Yeah.
When they're in the boat, I loved the cinematography. They had a great
beginning.
shot of like Poirot and either the husband or Book, and there's like a pole splitting the middle of the frame, and they're just standing there, and it's a great shot. And I was like, "Ooh, that's really."
These are
good.
just screenshots. Like look at the beauty of specifically
The lighting was really
these
good,
characters
yeah.
and these moments,
yeah.
these scenes where they reveal her on the end of the boat,
Mhm.
and then they show her introducing her to the scene in that whole dance, the dance bar or whatever they were at.
Dance.
It was shot so incredibly.
Yeah.
Like it felt very what do you call it? Flapper? Swingers? I don't know, not swingers.
A swing dancing bar.
Yeah, but it felt like the 20s.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I know what you're saying.
What do you
I
call
don't
'em?
remember the word.
Girls like to dress up on them as during Halloween. They love to do it.
For the Great Gatsby.
Yeah, Great Gatsby vibe.
20s. It's 20s, but I know what you're referring to.
It felt that lively. It felt like a very vibrant,
Mm-hmm.
fun. It felt good, and the cinematography was very good, yet not too distracting.
Mm-hmm.
Like it focused you where it needed to be, and you stayed there.
Yeah,
you never were distracted.
The
Where you weren't supposed to be.
cinematography, when there were real things in frame, was very good, and I enjoyed
and
it.
all of the night scenes was lit so awesome. Like on the boat, everything was beautiful. The colors, the mixture of colors, the way they utilized shadows kind of felt film noirish at times.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was shot super well, and that's why I kind of overlooked bad animation. I was like, they did a lot of good things with this movie. But I would like a little bit more wackiness to get to the ending. The ending didn't surprise me, and it didn't like wow me either.
Mm-hmm.
And I was focusing really hard for some reason on that 22, the inaccuracy of the 22. Now you could shoot someone in the head with a 22 and kill him.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
But to just through the back and then die instantly, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Like I really focused in on that for some reason.
You want 5 words or less?
Yeah, it's 5 words or less. This.
Should have established relationships more. I think I wanted relationships between like her business partner Andrew, her
And it seemed like they tried really hard to
But
establish relationships.
I think
in
there needed
passing.
like one more scene or something of them just
I think every character needed 1 or 2 more scenes.
yeah.
You know? Especially Book and the love interest. I can't ever remember her name.
Yes, yeah.
Especially Book and
I got mine.
Rosalia. Rosalie.
Not enough. Sweet, sweet bounce.
Sweet.
That sweet, sweet bounce.
Not enough. Sweet.
It's
okay.
like salt. It's just flavored in there.
Mm-hmm. Wish I saw more Catherine.
Okay.
Catherine, the love interest of Book.
Yeah.
Not Book. Poirot.
Hercule Poirot.
They played a big. His backstory with her was a big deal.
Yeah.
And they didn't elaborate
you're right.
on it.
Genuinely made me sad.
It did.
Genuinely
Like
made
they
me
actually
sad.
showed more about his
Backstory.
injury
Yeah.
than they did the love story that affected him the rest of the film.
When he turns and you see the injury, I was like, oh!
Yeah, I did the same. I was like, oh! And then she said something about a mustache, and I'm like, that's not going to be covered with a mustache.
I was like, no way.
No way.
And then he's got a mustache. He doesn't have this large scar over the title. I was like, no way.
Yeah.
No
No,
way a
you said that
mustache
before.
covers it.
You were like, I don't remember a scar in the other movie. And I'm like, well, he's got the mustache. And you're like, I guess.
But yeah, but it was like all like
no, his side of his
entire
face was
cheek
just ripped
No,
down.
yeah.
It's like I can understand maybe the lip, but his cheek was gone.
To be honest, in that scene, his lip looked fine.
His lip looked all right.
Have you ever seen those videos where people take like ramen noodles and patch holes and stuff?
Just
You know what I'm talking about?
Just
Yeah,
here you
they
go.
just crush it on their phone. And then they paint over it. Yeah, that's it. That's how his cheek got patched.
I think
Yeah,
overall, a
Beautiful.
common thread in our review is that everything felt like it needed to be developed just a tiny bit more.
Yeah.
Every character that motivated a lot of stuff. Like, people reacted harder than they should have based on the way they told the story. You know?
Yeah. Well, I guess we move into our final part here. The
Yep,
terrible
that's right.
tier.
Terrible tier. Now, Yoshi, do you have a preface any of this before I switch over to it?
No, I'll just go ahead and switch, and then I'll explain it.
All
okay,
right.
so first, because I know it's a terrible tier, I want to get what's good out of this film
Yeah.
out of the way. John Bernthal's
Hold on. People listen to this too.
Oh,
Say
yeah.
the name of it.
It's
Those Who Wish Me Dead with Angelina Jolie.
Yes, and John Bernthal, and there's a lot of actors. The good thing I loved about this film, John Bernthal and I can't remember
his
the wife
wife's
character.
name, yeah.
They had
Solid relationship.
solid relationship. They made the film, you know, they made it good. Everything else just kind of felt pointless.
Yeah.
I remember ending the film and I was like, what was the point of that? It was like, I don't know. What was the point of the fire? What was the point of it? They didn't even explain why these hitmen are coming after the dad. I mean, Wyatt said, I even had to ask Wyatt, I was like, what? And he was like, it's some government thing he had too much information.
Yeah.
But they didn't elaborate on it at all.
I mean, the assassin characters did feel scary.
Yeah.
Peter Baelish played that very well. But the shining star was John Bernthal. Angelina Jolie was a nothing character.
And she was
just
the main
like,
character.
I'm a risk taker. I like to take risks. I have trauma in my past.
Yeah.
Could I say what? Okay.
Oh, there was nothing.
What about action?
A lot of action, pointless though.
A lot of the action, there was a lot of it, except for like in the scene where these two dudes are in the house with the wife.
Oh, no, that was
She's
cool.
pregnant.
Yeah.
And she's trying to get away and she starts unloading shotguns at them.
And
that
she
all
like
felt very good.
sets the guy on fire.
Sets a dude on fire. That was all really good.
Now, I saw a scene. I didn't watch the film, so I'm trying not to extend too much, but I saw the scene where Angelina and the kid was in like this high tower or something, and the two assassins come up on him, and she's like trying to be quiet, so they don't know that they're. That felt intense. It felt cool.
It was
a lot of the.
It was intense, but it was like, well, okay, it's intense, but why is this hitman coming after you? It's like there's no point for this hitman to come after you.
A lot of the movie felt good. And it had some cool stuff. It just, Angelina Jolie was a nothing character. The kid felt like a nothing character. The two assassins are assassins. And I mean, this should have been about John Bernthal and his pregnant wife.
Yeah.
Okay,
you said that and I agree with you.
So the title's Those Who Wish Me Dead. Did we get to know those who wish her dead? Or them dead?
I mean, it was the assassins were after the kid.
That was it.
Yeah, so did they elaborate on the assassins a lot?
No,
we don't actually know about those who wish them dead.
So it was very vague. It was his dad, the kid's dad, had some kind of information that they didn't want out there.
Corrupt politicians' story.
So they went after
sent
the dad,
assassins.
and the kid was just part of. They had to take out the kid too.
He was a get after.
So the dad dies early on, but he's running through. They get in a car accident. He's running, meets up with Angelina Jolie, who's scouting for fires because she's a
fire scout.
Yeah, fire.
And, she's a smoke jumper.
Yeah,
she's the main smoke jumper that we see.
Oh, I guess that's why there's fire.
Yeah. But like, And then Tyler Perry shows up.
He is in it for like
and he's
very
like,
quick.
He's like, your employers, and he's telling Peter Baelish something. He's like, your employers are, make sure that you get this done and blah, blah, blah. I hate this cover because of the truck.
What's wrong with the truck?
I hate it. It looks dumb. It looks like it's
a Toyota truck, isn't it?
It looks like it's posing for a commercial.
No, it makes me think of like a MacGyver.
Yeah, I don't like it. It should have been a tower there. The tower and the woods.
This is MacGyver.
There.
The tower.
He's done
I would
cool
have known
with
the
Swiss
tower.
Army knife.
Yeah, but it's posing for
there's
like
our towers here is just small in the
well,
back.
they had to get that sweet Toyota money.
I hate it. I hate that truck is right there. Just that truck right there. I don't mind the rest of the thing, but the truck. Yeah, it was just kind of a
nothing film.
It felt like a nothing film.
Maybe fun action for people that don't want to pay attention to development.
Yeah, sure.
Just some intense moments, and that's it.
There was development enough to where you kind of have to know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, these hitmen are going after the kid.
But
That's
honestly, the only one I cared about was the Bernthal family.
Yeah, Bernthal.
Mr. and Mrs. Bernthal.
Yes, that felt good.
Okay, so another one of those, not terrible, but definitely not good. Terrible tier list.
There will be a ton of films on the terrible tier list that are above this as far as terribleness.
I would agree.
Well, I think it's, I don't know. So the last episode of the season is going to be us ranking the terrible tiers, and there might be a little bit of a fight. The common thread, no, there might be an argument.
I don't think so.
It's gonna be the other
thread?
side. Instead of saying this is better like we have in the past, it's gonna be like, no, this is worse.
This is worse.
Yeah, exactly. But I think overall we kind of are going to. We all are kind of gonna know which are the actual contenders for the worst. More so than the other ones that are just like not recommended.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chick-fil-A has the best chicken tenders.
And I'm already leaning towards
tenders.
Tenders. Cry Macho was really bad.
Cry Macho was really bad.
Yeah.
Was it worse than Let There Be Carnage?
I haven't seen. Maybe I gotta go back and watch Carnage. I know you don't. You said it's not worth it, but I might watch it just for our tier.
I would rather watch Cry Macho personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to see.
You want to see Carnage turn into a tornado and kill people? All right.
I saw that scene.
That was so bad.
It didn't feel like anything.
It's
Sony Marvel. I mean, it's Sony. That's what they do.
Yeah, what's Venom-nado?
Yeah.
Like Sharknado.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
What is it called? The Venom stuff?
Symbiote.
Symbiote.
A symbiote tornado.
A symbonado.
Symbonado?
Symbonado.
I was it's Carnage. Carnado.
Yeah. Carnado.
Yeah. That works.